Hey everybody, welcome to another Michelle in Review episode of We Watch Shudder. My name is JD. Who's here with me? Oh, cross your fingers. Who is it?
It might be Michelle. Possibly. Potentially. Oh shit, it's Michelle.
Oh,
I'm in review.
jackpot.
Jackpot. Or
No,
else
Michelle,
whatever
not
the opposite
jackpot.
of a jackpot is. Not jackpot?
No,
Yes, jackpot?
not Jack. Michelle. See, I'm doing it, making a name joke.
Michelle Pot. Michelle Pot.
I'm so funny.
Hilarious.
All right, let's go home.
Yep, all done. It's always funny. Every time.
Hey guys, it's We Watch Shudder. My name's JD. That's Michelle. If this is your first time tuning in, cool. Thank you so much for checking it out. You picked a good one. The Michelle in Review episode is our monthly episode where, under the auspices of just taking a quick look at a bunch of other stuff that we saw during the month that we weren't able to talk about on the regular episodes, we all really just sit and marvel at the, frankly, obscene amount of content that Michelle consumes. I'm going to talk about, like, two things today, right? And it's not even because my life is way busier than Michelle's. Not even close. She's insanely more busy than me. She's a voracious animal.
While you're talking.
I'm sorry, what?
Not to multitask. I'm doing a little bit of work while you talk. So yes, I'm very busy.
this is my point is that's why it's called Michelle in Review and not just the month in review, because I marvel every time.
It's about me.
It's every bit about Michelle. So with that in mind, Michelle, are we just going to dive right into the numbers, or do you have some stuff you want to talk about before we hit the numbers?
Oh man, you are so good at this now. The numbers is the first bullet point on my list. So yeah, we'll talk about the numbers.
So when I say this woman consumes an absurd amount of content, just pay close attention here. What she's about to tell you should make you feel real weird.
I still think it's funny that you hype me up every month, and every month I'm like, I fell flat on my goals.
And
because it's another one.
Right, because even when you fall flat on your goals were absurd in the first place, and so even your fall flat is ridiculous, Michelle.
I don't know. I did total up the minutes from last month, and I sent them to you, and you didn't even react. So.
Wait, when did you send them to me?
Immediately the day after the last Michelle in Review, I went through and I totaled up the numbers because you kept telling me to go through and figure out how many minutes, and I went on IMDb and you didn't even thumbs up or nothing, so I'm never doing that again.
I'm not convinced this is a thing that happened. You're going to have to screen grab the message and send it to me as proof, but not right now. We got an episode to do.
I can do both.
God,
My numbers. My goal is to do 60 pieces of content. I give 1 point per movie, book, or else 1 point for a mini-series or season of a TV show, which drives JD nuts. He thinks it should be per episode. And you know what? You might be a little bit right, because unfortunately for February, I only had 43 points. 33 of those were movies. 10 of them were mini-series or TV shows, and I don't think I had any miniseries. I think these were all full TV shows, usually hour-long episodes, and I'm only emphasizing it because it's gonna drive JD nuts.
Right, so ultimately what you're talking about is Michelle, she's like, oh, I watched 43 movies or TV shows, but what she's not telling you is she watched like 150 things. How many episodes are in each of those seasons that you watched?
8 to 10 on average.
Yeah, so you're talking about 80 to 100 episodes, and if they're an hour long, Michelle, that's damn near a feature-length film. In fact, I'm pretty sure by technical definition, it's I think it's 65 minutes is considered feature-length or something like that. So you are doing yourself an insane disservice. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so impressed by the numbers. And I need you to take more ownership of how incredible what you are doing really is, Michelle. Stop downplaying your accomplishments like this. The world needs to know.
They need to know. What they also need to know is February 1st, 2026, 6:26 p.m. And I quote, a rough estimate for the number of hours for TV shows in January, 141.57 hours, which also seems like such a small number, but I did have some seasons with half-hour shows.
And
Yes.
did you then follow that up with several more messages that might have made it very easy for me to miss it?
Not until 27 minutes later when I stated this breakdown of Michelle in Review timestamps is so good. And then you got really mad about AI. So that might have been where you went.
That's exactly what happened. That was the day that I discovered that they're putting fucking just random chapter stamps on our episodes over there at Podbean. No way for us to turn it off. That's why
Like,
I didn't notice
I'm
it.
so mad.
So cut me some slack here, Michelle.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My accomplishments were overshadowed by AI once again. Just in a different way.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Oh, bummer.
Anyway.
Well, 21st century, should we get into the stuff that I watched? I watched a lot of newer
your
movies.
Roughly 130 to 150 things that you watched. Yes, please, let's do it. We're
Yes.
starting with horror in the or in the after times.
That is correct. And for those tuning in for the first time, this is spoiler free / spoiler light. My intention is to talk about things that I really like to get you to go watch them. I don't want to spoil it. I am very careful when I make my little bullet points of like, how am I going to phrase this that I won't ruin anything? So if there's a twist, I generally don't even mention there's a twist. Enjoy it. You don't need to know there's a twist coming. And then sometimes I talk about stuff I hated, and those I will destroy, and I don't care. Because nobody...
Wow.
I'm
You're
so
only-
sorry a breed apart.
You're
I'm so
only
sorry.
safe from spoilers if you enjoy exactly the same movies that Michelle enjoys.
Listen, it's Jurassic Park with dogs. How could they screw that up? How? They did it, though. They managed to ruin Jurassic Park with dogs. Okay, so new addition to horror in the aftertimes, aka new horror, aka post-COVID, because that is how we mark our lives now. I've decided that each month in our now Michelle in the News, I give a little list of movies that I'm looking forward to seeing, and I've decided to roll that list forward to the next Michelle in Review each time to see which of those I've actually seen, because this does help with my decision fatigue, because I'm like, are any of these streaming yet? Or any of these like ones I'm going to catch in the theater, and it's really helping me stay focused. So 3 can get crossed off the list that were all remaining from January, early February. I finally saw 28 years later, The Bone Temple. And unlike 28 years later, I have a definitive answer on if I liked it. And I really liked it. It's not much of a zombie / infected movie. If you're hoping to see people get eaten by ravenous people who used to be people and are no longer people, you're going to be disappointed. But if you're fascinated by the human aspect of zombie apocalypse scenarios like I am, that is my favorite thing about zombies, is watching how society falls apart. You might really like The Bone Temple. But you do have to see 28 years later first. It is definitely a sequel, and you're going to miss so much stuff if you do not watch the first one, which I still haven't decided how I feel about it, but I did love the soundtrack. So there's that.
I still haven't even seen 28 Weeks Later.
I like 28 Weeks Later. It's divisive, but I like it. I like Imogen Poots. And that one's also got the pretty lady whose name I forgot, but she did the Seth Rogen movie. This is not descriptive to anybody. Rose Byrne?
Rose Byrne,
Something like
yes.
that?
Yes.
Yeah. She's pretty.
I kind of liked the first one, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
It did some things that drove you crazy and didn't age well with the editing. If
I
recall.
remember the big thing that drove me nuts was the thing with the perfectly placed drop of blood, I think, is the thing
Yes.
that got me the most.
That
I was
drove
like,
you nuts.
come on! Anyway.
But that's what I love about it. The despair. I love despair. Speaking of despair, I messaged you that I was watching this one. I watched Mercy, which is Chris Pratt is arrested for murdering his wife, and the judge, jury, and executioner is an AI woman, and he has 12 hours to prove that he's innocent. So he's strapped into a chair, and he has to prove to her that he didn't do it. So they're like hacking surveillance cameras using her AI skills, and he's calling people and trying to find character witnesses, and she has to be convinced that there's a 92% or less chance that he killed his wife in order to be let free. Otherwise, he gets executed. And he's one of the people who developed this system. So like, oh my God, the system's turning against him. It's real Chris Pratty. He kept going, it's me, Mario. I couldn't have killed Princess Peach. And did he? You'll have to watch.
Did he say anything about Jesus?
He was probably like, oh God, my wife. So maybe, tangentially. Those are kind of the same person.
I tried desperately to get Michelle to not do this to herself, but she insisted on watching that film, so.
It felt a lot like a slightly better version of War of the Worlds 2025, which, that movie, it just exists to be hated. But I've watched it several times now. This is Moonfall if Moonfall was actually bad and not fun bad. Mercy felt like that. It's very much like this guy. It's like Unfriended, that scenario of like we're just looking at a computer screen and piecing things together super. But like the AI's doing it and she's there to assist Chris Pratt with figuring out if he's innocent or else he's gonna die. It's kind of silly. There's a lot of implausible things. And then the other one that I watched and can cross off my list is Twisted, which is the Darren Lynn Boozman film starring the guy whose name I just forgot, Jimon
Hansu?
Thank you. Yes, starring him, and then also starring the girl from Terrifier, Lauren Lavera.
Yep.
And I was really looking forward to that one. And I don't want to talk about it. So I can cross it off my list.
Michelle remembers the white lady's name, but can't remember the black fella's name.
I got nothing. I don't have a witty response.
So weird.
I don't have a witty response.
I thought that was going to be funnier than it was, and I'm not going to edit it out because I deserve to live with the silence. That
no, that's okay.
I was like, oh, JD,
I don't have an excuse.
It it's not like it was a bad line, but it still was like I don't think it was offensive.
Even
maybe,
better,
but
I can't describe what Lauren Lavera looks like. If I saw her, I'd be like, I have a vague memory of her, but Jaimin Hansu, I definitely know that guy. So it's I remember the name of one of them.
I think the fact that I thought that and then fired it off immediately maybe suggests that I'm the one with the problem.
Don't we all have problems?
Well, I'm just talking about this specific problem, though.
Check out the hook while the DJ revolves it.
Oh, don't get me started, Michelle. I know to this day every single word to that song.
As you should. It's
every
a good song.
Single word. I can karaoke it without the screen.
The better Vanilla Ice song is
stop right there. It doesn't exist. Just stop before you make a fool of yourself.
Oh, well, that's already happened. Okay, on to other things.
What track was it? I'm curious, honestly.
Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the third
course.
one.
Yeah,
the
Go Ninja Go.
Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
I think official title is just Ninja Rap. But,
yes, I play it frequently when I get drunk. That's one of the songs that is on my drunk playlist.
I mean, as long as we're tangenting off, let's just get this little bit out as well. Michelle, have you ever heard... I believe it came out in 1989. It's a record called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Coming Out of Their Shells. And what it is...
Is that the live stage production?
Yes.
I watched it so many times as a kid. They're playing guitars.
The tape is it's the songs from the live show. It was... These guys wearing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costumes and acting like they were in a rock band and playing songs. It was a stage show.
Whoa, hang on. They were wearing costumes? Those were the Ninja Turtles. And yes, they do play guitar.
Okay, yeah. One of them plays a guitar. But, man, I remember listening to that a lot as a kid. And then I didn't hear it for probably 30 years. I imagine 91, 92 was at latest the last I ever heard it. And it popped into my head maybe about 6 months ago, and I went back to listen to it, and oh boy, is it not good. Oh man, it's real rough.
I need to find that on DVD. I am adding it to
I've never seen the show. I've only ever heard the record.
Oh, JD,
we were
going to have
Michelle.
A watch-along. Well, so were we, but we still had a movie rental store.
Well, I guess we were poorer.
Well, wow, we had holes that the stray cats under our trailer would come up into if you want to have an argument.
Hey, by the time
we were
2001
poor in
rolled
different
around, our
ways.
trailer house had a hole in the floor too. So
You were rich in mother love, though.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, I
Except my
was
mom's
so poor in that
dead.
era. Jealous. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Don't. My siblings might be listening. I'm so sorry. I know you like her. I'm so sorry. It's
Okay,
for comedic effect.
Let's
Okay.
get back to the episode.
Horror in the
and stop
after
this
times.
nonsense. Horror in the after times.
Speaking of my mom, the movie "If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You."
Oh yeah, you told me to check this one out. I haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh my god, I did not want it to end. It was captivating and it just kept getting worse. I think that might actually also be a Rose Byrne movie. I have to go remind myself. But
I'm pretty
that
sure it
might
is,
yeah, it totally is. It totally is. I was just talking about her. It's about this woman who is living a very stressful life and things just keep piling on and they're not going as expected. And the tension just keeps building. And I kept thinking, like, oh my God, how can things get worse? It's not in an absurd way. It's in the way that I think real life stress often occurs to a lot of people, self included, of just like one thing happens and you can't resolve it before the next thing happens and you can't resolve it. And they just keep piling up. And then you just have a mental breakdown and you eat some toast in your shower while crying. And that helps. Soggy shower toast is much better. I don't know why. I think because it consumes the tears. But yes, this movie, I loved it so much, and I am sad that it's over. I could have watched this woman spiraling for quite a long time, but it's just like a normal movie length, and that's a bummer. I wanted to watch her life fall apart even more. So it's really good. It gave me massive anxiety. I feel like I related to her despite not being anything like what her character actually is. We don't have a lot in common, but I felt like our stress levels were about the same. So If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, currently streaming on HBO. HBO.
All I
go
know
ahead,
about
JD.
it is that
Do
you
wanna do
told me
one?
I should check it out.
Yeah, it's very stressful. And I love stress.
And I will tell you immediately, and I know you won't be remotely surprised at all, that so far the main reason I have yet to actually sit down and watch it is because it's fucking 2 hours long.
Oh no, but it could have been 30. Let me watch that woman's life fall apart. To prevent me acknowledging my own life is falling apart, but in different ways. I'm very stressed out. Okay, speaking of stressful situations, I love/hate when I watch a movie that I go in with very negative perceptions about, usually because of the trailer, and in this case, definitely true. And then I love/hate when I actually really love the movie. And the movie I'm referring to, The Housemaid from 2025.
Oh, is that
starring
the Amanda Seyfried,
Sydney Sweeney?
Sydney Sweeney thing?
Yeah, the trailer just made me go like, ugh, it's a thriller, and one of these women is dangerous. I get it. I don't need to see anything else. There's a lot of ominous stuff happening, and one of these women is going to harm the other in some way. But no, there is so much more going on here, and I can't say that they could have changed the trailer, because I think that going in with an expectation and then having a completely different thing happen blew my mind. But at the same time, the trailer didn't draw me in. It was just enough people being like, wow, that was a surprisingly good movie, that I'm like, fine, I'll watch the fucking movie. But I had no intention. The attitude actually struck me a lot as a very Gone Girl. And Gone Girl, if somebody has seen it, they know that that movie gets into some fuckery. And this felt like that, of just this like, oh wow, I didn't see any of this coming, and like, oh my, what is happening? And I really liked The Housemaid, and I am astonished by that.
Yeah, I haven't really been inspired to check it out, which is honestly weird, because I mean, Amanda Seyfried is decent. I've enjoyed her work.
Oh, she's fantastic.
And what was that Sydney Sweeney movie where she was a nun? Immaculate.
Yes. I was like, it's something where you don't
that
have
was
sex.
that was a surprise as well,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know. I part of me hates that you enjoyed it because now I feel like a part of me is going to insist that I see it eventually. And I was really hoping to just blissfully ignore that one, Michelle. So thanks a lot.
That's what I intended to do, but I was like, I'll watch the fucking movie because enough people posted that, like, wow, this was surprising. I was like, it can't possibly be surprising. And then I actually enjoyed it. No, I hate when that happens. Yeah. My next horror in the after times, I watched season 1 of Alien Earth. And my first thought is, why was I surprised that it takes place on Earth? It is called Alien Earth, and yet somehow I was like, wow, what a switcheroo. I never would have thought of aliens on Earth. It still stays very true to the space thing. It's still very sci-fi and everything feels futuristic. But I loved this show. I can't say that I haven't seen a lot of the movies. I don't have a lot of memories of the movies outside the first one in Alien vs. Predator. Love AVP, the Predator. So hot. Why? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But there's something about the Predator that I'm like, yes, great.
The guy with the four-jawed sharp-tooth face. God, I want to fuck that.
Yeah, I mean it's the mask and the hair and the general scariness. I should probably have a therapy appointment.
You're
soon.
only into him if he's hiding his face. Wow. Fetish
Bane
queen
from
over
Batman.
here.
Yes, Bane from Batman. Ghostface, especially if I know it's Matthew Lillard under there. I don't know. I don't have to understand
Got a
it
thing
though.
for
I
masks,
just
is
gotta
what you're
acknowledge
saying.
it. I guess. The Mask, starring Jim Carrey. See, I don't get it. Anyway, but there are probably people out there who are hardcore fans of the movies and hate it because it's not true to something. But I'm telling you, as somebody who doesn't know shit about it, I loved it. I found it very enjoyable. They put a lot of effort into trying to understand what xenomorphs are from a scientific perspective. There were a lot of cool aliens, not just one big old xenomorph being all cockroachy and spitting acid and shit. There's also a fun secondary story about hybrid cyborgs and like, are they human? Are they not? What does it mean? And I really enjoyed that. Overall, this was one that I just kind of was like, I need background noise. This is a show that I can put on, and I was so into it. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to season 2. I hope they don't fuck it up.
Genuinely, the only portion of the entire Alien franchise that I really enjoy is the original film. From there it became, I don't know. I know a lot of people love Aliens, and I don't have anything against it, but it's just like Alien is, kind of like a slasher, haunted house, whatever movie on a spaceship, and then Aliens is like more just like an action monster movie. But the only comment I have on that situation is when you were in there, you said something about a secondary plot, but the way you said it, you had a weird emphasis, and so it sounded like there's a secondary plot, and I thought you were going to talk about eggs and cheese and butter and milk.
Delicious.
Like there's a
Eggs
whole
aren't
side
dairy.
plot about dairy in space, but it's not in
But
space,
eggs
it's
aren't
on Earth.
dairy.
Although technically, I guess even on Earth is still in space.
Oh, wow. Psh, mind blowing.
We should probably move on.
Oh, whoa. Aren't we in space right now? I'm always scared of going to space.
Just
but
stop
what if
now,
we're
Michelle.
already in
We'll
it?
seek the
Okay.
truth later.
It's true. Just me Googling frantically. Are we in space? What is space? I'm hacking the mainframe. Then something else that I watched. My bestie, Erin. Shout out, Erin. You're not listening. You say you are, but I don't believe you. If you're actually listening, the code word is chicken nuggies. And if you don't message me that within the next week, our friendship is over. Anyway, yes, JD.
For those who are listening, Erin, don't message it to her. Comment it on the post about this episode.
Oh, yeah. Improve our engagement, you fuck. Anyway, he watched a TV series for the first time, and then I got really excited because it
Like-
has a new season. What?
I'm so sorry, but like watched
No,
a
it's okay.
TV series for the first time ever?
He's
Like,
never,
he's never
seen
seen
any
television
TV
before?
series. He
My-
doesn't even know how disappointing Lost was.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to turn this microphone off for a minute. I'm a little high and you're cracking me up at random here. So
Well, that's an honor, so I'm okay with that. Okay, so new season comes out April 19th, so I intended to rewatch all 3 seasons anyway, and then he was messaging me being like, holy shit, this thing happened. Then I got really excited and I went and did it. So From has 3 seasons out. I've seen the first season 3 times now because I watched it once, I rewatched it when 2 came out, and I rewatched it when 3 came out, and now 4 is coming out. And wait, did I do my math? Yeah, that would make sense. I would have watched it 3 times because the first season was the first time. Anyway, I love this show. Very, very basic synopsis is that people driving down a road wind up in a town and then they can't leave the town. And every night, things that look like people come out and try to murder all of them. But they have little things that they can place above the doors of the building that they're in, and these things then can't cross the threshold. Very vampire-like. This thing keeps them out. And that is just the most basic information. And just like how I love zombie apocalypse movies for giving us this glimpse into how society crumbles when everything we know falls apart, that's what happens here. There's a guy, the main guy, Boyd, is trying to be sheriff of this town with people who don't want to be there. They go into their own factions. Everybody's doing their best to try to figure out what the fuck is up with this town. How do we leave? Others being like, no, I'm happy here. I'm much happier here. I don't want to go. Of course, like, people sometimes kill other people because that's what happens in these situations. Every time I think I figured out at least a glimpse of what might be going on, I'm wrong, and it is never in a way that feels like it came out of left field too much. It's always like oh shit, all these other things make sense. I just never would have thought that's what the answer would be. And I'm really scared that this is going to end like Lost and be very disappointing because I am loving it. I am loving it so much.
So, question about that experience for you. Do you feel like it's a case of just there were legitimately multiple workable theories here and your idea was sound, it's just not the one they happened to choose? Or did it feel like they, in a calculated way, pushed you in that direction and then turned everything on its head?
It feels like the show is saying there are rules you don't understand, and when we tell you one of these rules, it's gonna blow your mind because you couldn't have ever predicted it, but it makes sense. It's
Once
one
you
of
see
those
it.
of just like,
I like that.
yeah, like
I
From blows
I
me
hate when
away
they
every
do
time.
that, and it's one of those, like, it's literal Deus Ex, right?
Yeah.
Where it's so out of the blue that there's no connection to the rest of anything at all. But no, that's good to hear that it's like, oh shit, okay, yeah.
I think part of what works so well is that this town is so mysterious and there's so much weird stuff going on with like just little things all the time where they're just like, yeah, the radio sometimes turns on and plays your favorite song. We don't know why. Like, there's little things like that when something big and weird happens, it's like, yeah, that would probably happen in this town. There's just like little revelations of it, like, all the time, but then there's big revelations. Also, it is brutal. When these things get their hands on a person, they destroy them. Oh, and they also have that aspect of Smile where all these people, things coming out of the woods to kill everybody, have gigantic smiles the whole time, just being like, come outside, it's okay, just come outside. And sometimes the children fall for it. I appreciate any show that will brutally murder a child. Just love that.
Michelle.
So happy when that happens every time.
This might not exactly be the time to be making that joke.
Because of Epstein.
No, because we just murdered like 87 children in a school in Iran.
Listen, I said TV show. The news doesn't count. I like when a spooky little TV show does it. I don't like it when I see it on the news or my TikTok feed.
It's fine.
My TikTok feed is all sad news and then Markiplier shirtless. And I don't know what the algorithm thinks it's doing, but it's doing it right.
No, I'm just still having intrusive thought expression.
That's so great for you.
Remind me after we're done here, because it's A, not relevant to the episode, and B, terrible. But I want to tell you about the most random intrusive thought I've been having lately, and it's horrifying.
Oh man, is it worse than From? We'll find out.
It's bad.
Well, the listeners won't. Michelle. I will. Ooh, exciting. Okay, that's what I have. Horror in the after times. Do you have anything post-COVID to discuss?
Just a couple of quick things that I want to mention. I went and saw Whistle, and I'm not going to say much about it because I didn't care for it. It's not my kind of thing. I will say the one thing about it that I found kind of surprising is that, like, I complained for a while. It's like, this movie should have been fucking called Aztec Death Whistle, right? And you had an interesting theory on why that might not have been, that I think is very feasible. But what I was impressed by after I had seen it was they actually make very, very little of this about some other culture, right? Like, they very wisely avoid stepping on culture and making mistakes there. By just kind of they have a very brief moment where they discuss that this sort of thing was a thing that was created by South American peoples, way back when. Like, those are its origins, and that there were mythologies surrounding it, little folk tales surrounding it, but the quote unquote evil or whatever that it summons, which I don't think I'm spoiling anything there. I think people understand that's the premise of the movie, right? But it's just an evil thing. It never factors in any way, and I was honestly really surprised by that. Now, again, the movie itself was not at all for me, but I did want to give it that credit. I was really kind of impressed.
Since I mentioned it as one of the movies that I was looking forward to in a previous month, like I said, I gotta hold myself accountable. So at some point, I will be seeing it. It's on the list. Until I watch it, it's gonna hunt me forever. So I want to see it. I know you didn't like it, but sometimes you have garbage opinions. So
well, I mean, so do you. It's fair. And then,
oh yeah, my opinions are very garbage. I've been listening to a lot of Backstreet Boys lately, and I still love them.
Oh, fair enough. You're going to see them, aren't you?
Yes, I am, and I'm really excited. Backstreet's back. All right.
Another post-COVID, though just barely post-COVID, going back to 2020. After we watched that incredible movie Honey Bunch for the show earlier this month.
I had this in my horror and the before times. I counted it as during COVID. So
okay.
That's fine. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I saw a movie called Violation. That's the one from the Honey Bunch people, isn't it? No, Violation is the one from the...
No, that's the Honey Bunch people. I thought we were going to talk about Strawberry Mansion.
No, okay, we're talking about Violation. This is a... I don't know if I want to say, because I believe even understanding what the movie is about is almost a little too spoilery for this one. But I will tell you this much. If you've seen Honey Bunch, it is a completely different fucking movie from Honey Bunch. It is, it's severe. It's fucking bonkers. And I think a really interesting take on the kind of movie it is. But if I tell you what it is, it's gonna spoil several surprises. So I need you to just trust me on this one. This is the writer-director team on these. I'm just looking real quick to find out their names because I feel terrible that I don't know right off the top of my head. But for me, these were 2 Five Skull movies that they've made now. And Madeline Sims Fewer and Dusty Mancinelli. and I'm really fucking excited to see what they do next.
I have one that's very similar, but I did not rewatch Violation. I do have one that's horror in the before time. Shall we get into it?
Oh, is that the one we were talking about before we started?
No, this is one I have not mentioned to you yet.
Okay, go ahead.
Since I thought you were going to talk about Violation, you know that I've been watching some depressing movies lately. I watched The Coffee Table again because the Turkish one came out and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I just watched La Mesita del Comor or whatever it is.
La Mesita Comor.
Yeah, that one. And then I watched Baskin, and I just had a real rough night. But I went back and rewatched High Tension because I love French extremist horror. And every time I'm like, hey, Google, fuck me up with some movies for a while, it shows me movies I've already seen. And High Tension is always really high up on the list. And I go, I don't need to see that movie. I remember what happens. I don't really care. I don't need to see it again. But it has been a very long time, so I was like, ugh, I guess I'll rewatch High Tension. It's been a while. The brutality is gone from my head, and holy shit, that's a good movie. I apparently remembered nothing from it. The movie that I think I was thinking of is I Spit on Your Grave. I thought that's high, and it's not even similar. It's just I had this idea of what happens in High Tension, and it's more like the story of I Spit on Your Grave. This is insane. I'm trying to be it's from 2003, so like if somebody's gonna see it, they probably would have seen it by now, but I still don't want to say too much. I'll say that it's very brutal. It is very anxiety inducing. It's just insane. There's a thing that happens that I'm like, what the fuck? How did I forget about this? And then I'm like, that's why it's on all the lists. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So I have to be so vague about it. But if you just want to have your night fucked up, High Tension might do it. Didn't fuck up my life. I'm fine. I'm definitely well adjusted and okay after watching that, after watching Baskin and The Coffee Table. I'm a perfectly fine human being with no issues whatsoever. But for you, dear listener, might fuck you up a little bit. And I recommend that. Get yourself fucked up a little bit on Monday night.
High Tension.
High Tension.
Haute tension. I don't think that's how you pronounce either one of those words, but I've only seen.
Probably not.
I'm not even sure I've seen the whole movie altogether once. There was a period in my life when I was incredibly depressed and incredibly drunk most of the time, and also incredibly high most of the time. And I know I had put it on at one point. I imagine I either just was too fucked up to really follow, or more than likely I passed out at some point while I was watching the movie. I do remember this about it. It is from that early mid-2000s era where Band of Brothers hit and fucking everybody and their drunk mother started shooting everything in this just insanely high frame rate, and you get these really jittery, like, lack of motion blur images. Is that very specific? You know it when you see it. And then just this high contrast, just blown out lighting sort of photography, and it's a look that I personally do not enjoy much at all. So from a visual standpoint, but I mean, if that's my only complaint, I probably should go back and see it again, is what I'm saying here. But I don't. It had no impact on me at the time, but that might not have been its fault.
Interesting. And see, my memory was that movie was kind of boring, and it is anything but. It's nerve-wracking.
Extra violent, right?
Oh, yeah. But yet, I'd say extra violent, but also, like, not as violent as I thought it would be, given French extremist horror and the reputation it has.
That was kind of an early step in that phase, for sure.
Yeah, but because it's always like, oh, if you want to see a really brutal movie, I'm like, stuff that happens, but, like, it's not as extreme as, like, Inside.
Or, like,
Martyrs.
Yeah,
Martyrs.
Or fucking even from a different angle, the Sadness.
Oh, I love the Sadness.
It was fucking vile and brutal.
It's my favorite. I'm such an annoyingly happy person, and then I'm like, oh, give me the sadness. I want some of that.
All right, well, anyway, those are
give
the
me no
only two
rainbows.
things that I wanted to mention. Did I already do this part? I forget what we... Oh, no, you had started talking about high tension. You're right.
Yes. And now we can segue into something completely different, which is Strawberry Mansion, which you watched for the first time, and
Yeah.
I rewatched. And
That's an
I
After
love the
Times, too.
weirdness. That
2021?
2021. I see. That's where horror in the before times. 2021, we were still very much in COVID, so it depends on if we're marking it from the start of COVID,
I always
from when
have.
it hit the states and affects us in particular. I don't know.
I have always
That's
marked it
iffy.
from the start of the COVID era in early 2020.
I put it in whichever category has the least number of things in it, usually.
Perfect.
Yeah, where I'm like, there's only 3 things on this list for the before time. So that's
None
why I
of this
went in that
matters.
one. Yeah, none of this
Why did I
matters.
even bring it
COVID,
up?
what's
God,
COVID?
Brendan was right.
Who knows? Hi, Brendan. You definitely did not upset Shady. Okay,
He didn't
Strawberry
upset
Mansion.
me, Michelle. I'm just a very, very soft boy, and I take things
I am
way more
too.
personally than I ever should, and mostly
I'm
I
also a soft
overreact.
boy.
I feel rather proud of the fact that for the first time in ever, I actually stepped away from it, recognized that I was seeing things in my head that weren't there, and said,
Yep.
Michelle, please, can you take care of this for me?
I
I
was
feel
actually
like
so
that was some
proud.
incredible growth.
Yes, I didn't want to say it and feel like I was infantilizing you, but I was also very impressed of like, you took a step back. And I think that's because I also have that same problem. I had a therapy appointment last week where I cried the whole time. And I said that my friends don't even like me. And my therapist went, no, that's not what they said at all. This is how that conversation went. Here's what they said. And I'm like, yeah, but it actually means that nobody likes me. And she's like, no. That's not what they said. And she called me out so hard on my bullshit. And then I just cried for a long time because I went, but it's just easier if I say that no one likes me and I don't deserve friends. And she's like, that's a coping mechanism. Let's dig into that. So, yeah.
I know a
get
thing
it.
or two about coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
If
Therapy's
this-
fun. It's really hard.
If this is your first time tuning in, by the way, yes, we do
Therapy
fall
portion.
into therapy portions on this show all the time. We are humans and we enjoy sharing our human experience
Yep.
with everybody.
Both bipolar.
Yeah.
It's so
we're
fun.
we're a fucking mess over here.
Yeah.
I won't allow anybody. Well, I'll allow Michelle to say it, but fuck it, I'm a fucking basket case. Jesus Christ, I am
We
just
both are.
Oh, I'm a pile of issues.
Me unmedicated is a different person, and I don't like her.
Oh,
So,
he is also terrible.
yeah. Us
Anyway.
unmedicated is just not great. Anyway, medication, you might need some
Strawberry
after
Mansion.
watching Strawberry Mansion, where
Yes.
it might feel like you're on some medications that are illicit of some sort. This is such a weird movie to classify because it's kind of funny and lighthearted and romancy and sweet, but then it's also like sci-fi, and technically what they're saying is very, very sinister. It's very fun and quirky and comedic, but I think because it has such a like, oh man, that's actually like a terrible thing that's going on, it really kept me in a lot more than like a silly little romance would. I loved it. I don't want to tell you what happens, but I will just say this is a different universe from our own where there's a big thing happening that we don't have technology that can allow. But it would be kind of cool if we did, but also at the same time it would not be cool at all if we did, for reasons explained in this movie. It's just bizarre. There's a guy with a bucket of chicken who keeps popping up all the time, and that's all you need to know. If you like fried chicken, this made me so hungry, and it wasn't supposed to, but it did. Strawberry Mansion's just a weird, good, fun time, and I think it's streaming on Tubi.
Yeah, you
right
can
now?
watch it free on Tubi.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah. So I recommend it if you just want to watch something weird and different and very unique. And you might not like it, and that's fine. It's wrong, but it's fine. Then go check it out. Strawberry Mansion. I just had a real good time with it. I was happy to rewatch it, and I'm glad that JD finally saw it because I knew that you would like it.
Yeah, I'm glad you put this one on my radar, for sure. I mean, thank God we got to see Honey Bunch because it gave you an opportunity to introduce me to this one. Yeah, absolutely. It's an adorable, in a very non-saccharine, like genuinely sweet way. Really wonderful story. I like that. Obviously, this is a no budget movie, so they did this thing that other people have done, that I've seen before, where they it almost reminds me of like Michel Gondry, and some of the stuff he's done, like with what was the one, Be Kind Rewind, the one with Jack Black, where they make all the fake versions of other films. It had this, like, in the design of the machine that he uses to do his investigations. They said we'll never be able to afford anything sleek and high budget, so we're just gonna make it fun. It's almost like a Pee-wee's Playhouse kind of vibe, right? Or like a the kind of thing you might even see on like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but in a different tone, obviously. But it works. For what they're doing. The movie is very dreamlike because it exists in a dream space, and that's part of the themes of the movie. But I agree with you. It's like, I was watching it, and the Chicken Man and all this stuff keeps showing up, and I'm like, what is this, some sort of like insidious memory from his past that's trying to break through? And then when you find out what it is, like, you're right, this is a far more insidious film than you might guess, but it plays that as the B story, right? Which is something that a different movie would flip those around. But for this, the A story is these characters, and the relationship they develop while one of them is trying to wake up the other one, so to speak, to what's really going on.
What a good pun for this movie. Wake them up. Cool. It's about dreams. Oh, I had a thought.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. The script for this, I like that you could probably take the script verbatim and be like, we're directing it differently. The characters are playing it differently. And now it is legit a horror movie.
Oh, sure.
You could take this exact script and make it like very, very dark. And I think I like when there's something that seems very lighthearted, but then I think about like, oh my God, they are talking about some awful, awful stuff. But they do it in a happy way.
I think what I would say is, I feel like the way it could do that is possibly by what, like, flip-flopping the A and B story, right? Like making the story of what's going on, the lead, and diving into that a little bit more, but still giving us this B story to give us that human connection that ultimately, fucking everybody knows, like, legendarily, is something so many people got wrong is nobody fucking loved Halloween because of Michael Myers. The Halloween worked because everybody fucking related to Laurie Strode, right? And you still got to have that thing. And so, but I think you're absolutely right. Like, the premise here, like, you just modify this a little bit. Fuck, man, that'd be fucking rad. I'd love to see both ways.
A high budget, more serious version of this is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Michel Gondry.
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know who we were talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were also making Eternal. I was just like, I don't know who that is. Okay.
Yeah, he did that one, and the Jack Black one. He did the White Stripes Fell in Love with a Girl Lego video. He's done he's known for this curious, very stylized visual presentation. I love the color palette in this movie because it's very dreamy, right? It's very light and bright and colorful, and damn near the entire fucking movie is shot in soft focus, and it's just, I like it because it's the kind of thing I don't personally watch very often, because for me, unfortunately, the vast majority of people who try to do this swing and miss. But this one really fucking works. I loved it.
Michel Gondry has made a lot of things,
Where the
including
Wild
the
Things
TV
Are?
show. Did he do that? Oh, I believe you. I was just on the IMDb page, and there's 138 things, which is
Holy.
so many things. But one of the TV shows that I keep wanting to see, but I don't want to buy it in physical media form because I don't know if I like it yet, but it's not available for streaming anywhere, and that's been the case for a very long time. Kidding. He did 8 episodes of Kidding. I love Jim Carrey. Rest in peace. If you know, you know. Um, but I've been wanting to see this. I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan, or should I say was a huge Jim Carrey fan. In case you're listening to this in the future, everybody thinks that Jim Carrey is a clone or an impersonator. My theory is that the man at that award show was Jim Carrey hired somebody or else played a different person so that he could pull a Kaufman because he loved Andy Kaufman and he played that role so well that he's like, now I'm going to convince everybody that I might not be me, and he's having a fun old time with it. So that's my theory. But anyway, Kidding. I've been wanting to see this for a long time, and now I'm seeing that Michel Gondry has done some of it, and now I'm extra angry. And you know what? Fuck it, JD. I'm buying the box sets. Only, oh my god, buy only season 1 for $25 on Amazon. I don't want to do that. Put it on a service. I have all of them. Anyway, I've been really mad about not being able to see Kidding without paying a lot of money.
They're not even on like a VOD?
That is the VOD.
What?
Season 1 is $25. This is why I haven't seen it yet.
What world do they think they're living in, Michelle?
I don't know. The worst part is if it had been box set for both seasons, I would buy it for $25. I'm going to be over here just looking for Kidding now. I have so many tabs. Every time we do a Michelle in review, I'm just over here like shopping, and I got so many tabs. I got Coming Out of Their Shells, Band of Brothers, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, both the IMDb and a Google search, Michel Gondry, and now Kidding box set. I've just got notes.
What other movies do you want to talk about?
Oh, I guess we can get back to movies. My last one, you know how I said that I'll try to keep things spoiler light, spoiler free, unless I hate it? You remember when I said that just like a half hour, 40 minutes ago? Man, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad from 1949 sucks. That's a terrible movie. Hang on, let me explain. I thought that I loved this movie. I was apparently thinking of Frog and Toad and their fun adventures on a bicycle. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad terrified me as a child, so I had a list of movies from Halloween that I was going to go back and rewatch. Lots of Disney stuff. Don't Look Under the Bed was one of them, and it does not hold up like I thought that it did when I was 10 years old. I think that was 1999. So The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad was like, hey, it's February. I'm going to go watch some of those Halloween movies that I had written down. And it's like 50-ish minutes of a wacky story of an eccentric toad. And then all of a sudden they randomly hit us with this super spooky short about the legend of Sleepy Hollow, complete with a musical number because Ichabod's in love with a woman. And then it's like very mysterious, and then it just fucking ends. It has nothing to do with the toad. And if it was 1949, man, I would be roasting this thing so hard. I did not enjoy it, and I'm really disappointed. I remembered the thing about Sleepy Hollow, and then I remembered the fun bicycle. This had nothing to do with the fun bicycle. It was an eccentric toad, and I didn't even like him very much. Mr. Toad kind of sucks. Oh, you're on mute, JD. You had to go on mute because you were just like angrily ranting while I was talking. I'm sure you're like, ah.
No, I guess maybe this might have been easy to miss. I don't know. It's been a while since I saw it. But there's that weird shift in The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad because it's a 2-story anthology.
Yeah, but I hate it. They have nothing to do with each other. That's what I mean. Like, it's an eccentric toad, and then it's a creepy fucking Sleepy Hollow. Why? Why did they go like, these two go together? Yeah, it's worse than a VHS movie with no great overarching story. How dare they?
Sorry, I'm trying to interrupt again.
No, you go for it. I'm very mad. I was so frustrated when I saw this. You go ahead. I'm going to go on mute to contain myself and my rage for Mr. Toad.
I was just misunderstanding what you had said. I thought you were like, all of a sudden, why are they doing this? And then they never come back to the toad, as if you thought it was all supposed to be one connected thing.
No, it's because it's weird. Like, the Toad could have been the overarching story, like VHS, and he's like reading a book, and now we're in the book, and it's very meta, very like, what is it? The top keeps spinning. Leonardo DiCaprio, Inception. It's like one of those kinds of situations, but then it's not. It's just like, hey kids, here's some trauma. Have a good day. You thought you were just watching a silly thing about a toad who is friends with a horse and buys a car for a certain amount of money and then loses his mansion and all the wacky adventures of Mr. Toad, but his friends help him out. And then here's some trauma. Ichabod might be dead or he might not be. Have a good night, kids. Hope you didn't watch this one before bed. What the fuck was going on in the 40s? What was happening?
Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Ugh. I see why our parents are so fucked up. Like,
mine?
Not all of ours. Well, no, I guess yours can't be fucked up. But I mean, my generation, a lot of us.
Some might say, Michelle, they are both the most fucked up.
Maximum fucked up is dead.
I mean, they have both been burnt to ash,
yep.
Michelle.
I don't know. I think you could get more fucked up than that. You could be compressed into a gemstone. I've heard that. Is that more fucked up if you take the ashes and make something with it?
I don't know. I feel like that's more like that's a kind of a repair.
I see. Like when they take those bowls and they put them together with the gold and it looks even better.
Right.
Right. Exactly. Me just with gold and a pile of ashes. Grandma, I miss you. Just trying to bring her back.
Jesus Christ, this went dark.
I miss my grandma. I love her. My only tattoo is in honor of her. She was an angry Austrian woman, and I adored her. Oh. Anyway, okay, I'm on to non-horror, which you could argue.
Golden ash, I miss you, girl.
Man, remember when I did stand-up? That would have killed, but also ruined the night, and people would have left.
Oh, it would have been beautiful. So beautiful.
Yeah. I miss getting drunk and telling people all my thoughts. And now I stay sober and do it in a podcast.
Hey, I always appreciate the belly laughs.
Yeah. Good. Okay, non-horror, which you might argue The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad would be non-horror, but fuck you, that is a scary movie for no apparent reason. Anyway, non-horror. Are you trying to say something, JD, or are you astounded in silence?
Do I not get a horror in the after times?
I just assumed, and you know what they say when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So yes, go ahead.
Well, not this time, Michelle, because no, I don't have anything that I want to talk about.
Oh, my assumption was correct. And now we have only made an ass out of you. I absolutely...
I don't even think we need to say we, Michelle. I do really good at that all by myself.
Haha. I made an assumption. Okay, anyway. Non-horror. I have a bunch of things to say. So, first off, I watched this movie just because of the title. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but sometimes you can judge a movie by its title. Psychotherapy, the shallow tale of a writer who decided to write about a serial killer. This is from 2024. Tangentially horror. It is thriller, but mostly it is a dark comedy about a novelist who meets a retired serial killer played by Steve Buscemi, and he wants to write about the process. So Steve Buscemi is like walking him through how you kill people and trying to like get him prepared to kill his own person so he can write about it, or else watch Steve Buscemi kill a person. Meanwhile, his marriage is falling apart and he's trying to keep it undercover that this retired serial killer, oh no, he's definitely just a marriage therapist that I'm hanging out with all the time. And he's just a sad book boy. And it's pretty dark, but I really enjoyed it. I do think it ends on a weird note. It kind of just like, it's like, okay, we're done, bye, and then just ends. There's no wrap up. And I feel like it did need a little bit of post-mortem there, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was very funny. The shenanigans. I just love a good shenanigan. like a mishap or a shenanigan, and I'm sold. Things going wrong. As I said during If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You, I just love some shenanigans and things. Oh no, what's happening? Sometimes it's funny, and that's what psychotherapy is.
Cool. I don't have much to
Okay.
say. Sorry.
Perfect. My next one.
It just doesn't sound like entirely my vibe, man.
No, that's fine. That's why I did not recommend it to you, but I did recommend Strawberry Mansion because I know what you will probably love. And that
Christ.
movie, yes.
JD, you
don't okay. have to
fucking comment on everything. God damn it.
Oh man, he's definitely not spiraling, folks.
I'm fine.
I'm very proud of you. This actually felt like when the internet hated me because we went only slightly viral with 60,000 views, and I felt like we spiraled in the exact same way, but yours was like more concrete, and mine I was like, I spiral about this with strangers. Anyway, this next one I watched because it had 9 Academy Award nominations. The Academy Awards have not happened yet. It had 11 BAFTA nominations and 0 wins, and I found that fascinating, so I had to go check it out. Marty Supreme, starring Timothy Chalamet. And Timothy Chalamet, it's in the old time. He's not as far back as the fucking Mr. Toad movie. But he wants to be the ping pong champion of the world. He wants to compete and be better than everybody else. And he's got an arch rival, and he's going to be better than him. He's gonna skirt all of his adult responsibilities and just be a ping pong guy, and nobody really believes in him. And oh no, his girlfriend gets pregnant immediately. That's not really a spoiler. It happens during the title sequence. So things are just not going good for Mr. Old Marty Supreme. I did not think a movie about ping pong could be so stressful. It reminded me of Uncut Gems, that movie that was so good that it gave me a slight anxiety attack because it was Adam Sandler and his life just spiraling. Oh my God, there's a theme. I didn't even realize there was a theme. But it's just so much shit going wrong constantly between this and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Wow. Just things are just going wrong in all the movies, and I feel like I didn't realize this until right now, but I like other people's lives going to shit, and I can watch while it happens. But 11 BAFTA nominations and 0 wins, that's more impressive than getting 11 BAFTA nominations with like a couple wins. 0 wins? How did that happen? So I enjoyed that. Even though I'm just going to add a disclaimer here. Fuck BAFTA. Fuck everything that they are about right now, but don't fuck them for giving 0 wins to Marty Supreme. That's just really funny. But do fuck them for what they did during Sinners. And we won't get into it right now, but they exploited a bunch of people.
Let's get into it right the fuck now, Michelle. What kind of a fucking idiot doesn't edit that out? Lets that go to air on a pre-recorded fucking program where they had plenty of time to stop it from going out. And now you've got people fucking furious from 2 different sides. You've created a situation where everybody feels like everybody else is misunderstanding them. And the truth of the matter is the only fucking bad guy here is those assholes who let it come through.
Oh, it's not even let it. They set him up. John Davidson. Okay, just in case people don't know, John Davidson is a guy who has Tourette's who went to BAFTA because he had a story about his life that was made into a film. And while Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan were on stage accepting an award for Sinners, John Davidson blurted out the worst thing that you can possibly say to a person while they were on stage, and they clearly heard it. Everything sucked. John Davidson had to leave. The internet's in an uproar. Here's the thing. John Davidson came out and said that he knew he was going to be disruptive, so they set him very far back in the audience. He was not near the front row. They put mics beside him, which he did not know about, to make sure that people on stage heard him, and then they aired it when that happened. That was a deliberate setup. And even if it wasn't, it's poor thinking. And I think it was Jamie Lawson that I watched today who had the most brilliant response about how you can't consider yourself inclusive if you're deliberately making the person who is trying to feel included, uncomfortable, as well as the people around them. Everybody needs to feel comfortable, or else you're not doing it right. I'm
Yeah.
very upset about BAFTA.
Yeah, it's a nightmare situation that, like you said, even if it wasn't a setup, they had all the time in the world to make sure it didn't go out and be seen by everybody. They had
That was a deliberate move.
and obviously even word was going to get out about it once it happened, even if it wasn't on the show. But it at least it's not exploitative, right? And like I don't know, it's
Yeah,
fucking
it exploited a
infuriating.
lot of people, and it ruined a moment that Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, like, they deserve to have their spotlight, and now nobody's talking about that. They're talking about the insult that, well, not insult, like
and
the word that was said, and now we're all focused on that instead of their glory.
I apologize. I don't remember. His name is John, the fellow with
John
Tourette's.
Davidson.
Davidson, that
Yep.
was his last name.
Yep.
Like you said, he knew there was a strong possibility this was gonna go south. And
He called the queen a cunt at one point. Like, he
Yeah.
knew it was a problem.
yeah, it's just bonkers that this is what people will fucking stoop to these days.
Yep. Yep. It's because they're like, oh, BAFTA, nobody knows us. They only know the Academy Awards. I know how to get us talking about our awards. Anyway,
Oh, somebody
I'm
with
upset
Tourette's
about
is
it.
going to be there promoting their movie about Tourette's in a world where we should be trying to understand and we're going to fuck
Yeah.
I'm just a broken record at this point because I'm so just
Yeah.
fucking disgusted by it.
Yep. It was a setup. Fuck them all. Okay, so on to a much happier topic. AJ goes to the dog park. I figure I'm rearranging my list as we speak because the next one I chose was also very depressing. So I'm like, we're not gonna follow up the discussion about BAFTA with this other one. We'll end on that one. AJ goes to the dog park. Movie from 2024 that has been on my list for a very long time. Written and directed by Toby Jones, who is a Fargo local. And it was filmed in Fargo. And it had a bunch of people I know and enjoy. Like, tons of Theater B cast members were basically a part of this. Crystal Cassette Knight plays a gigantic role in it. Jacob Archie, Pam Strait, Tucker Lucas, Christina Johnson, JJ Gordon, Tim Larson. And that's just the number of names that I thought of off the top of my head when I was making notes about it. It is sincerely very fun and wacky and goofy, but very high quality for this being a very small indie filmmaker. I thought this was done very well. I'm saying the word very a lot. Let's not dwell on that. It's going to happen more, and I'm going to think about when I'm trying to sleep tonight. But the special effects were gooder, not very good. They were real nice. See, real instead of very. Anyway. It's a good movie. It made me laugh a lot. It's very slapstick, JD, and I know you like slapstick kind of stuff. You know what a weird comparison is? I'm going to give you one in case you don't know what a weird comparison is like, and that's this. It felt like Hundreds of Beavers style comedy, where it was just wacky, and it was silly and nonsensical, but fun.
There's a part of me like I definitely should see it because I know all those people, right? Like I've done stage production with a bunch of those people. I've done stand-up comedy with a bunch of those people. But there's also a part of me that feels like because I have such a familiar connection with like fucking everybody who is in the movie, like, I'm not going to be able to detach enough to appreciate the movie for what it is. So I've been hesitant to check it out. I think I will get to it eventually, but that's a genuine concern of mine about that movie.
I think if it was...
Also, like, what if I don't like it?
you know?
Well, then you don't tell anybody. That's the rule. You just, because that's when I was going into it, I was like, I don't have to say anything publicly about this if I don't like it. But I did like it. I think if it was a serious movie, I would have a harder time detaching myself. But because I'm like, oh man, Crystal, you're playing such a fun mayor right now. This is so good. I'm so happy for you that like it didn't matter that I wasn't absorbed into it. I was just like, oh, it felt like when I watch anybody at Theater B do a play where I'm like, I know them. They are doing a really good job at this role, but I'm able to, I guess when it's a serious topic in person, it's a little bit easier to get into it. But this, I was just like, oh man, that's a fun character. And I was just enjoying watching my friends do some cool stuff. I think it's on Prime now. I know that, yeah, I was like, I know it's available somewhere, but AJ Goes to the Dog Park. I had a real good time. Is it going to get nominated for 11 BAFTA nominations and get 0 wins? Probably not. But it was a good little watch on a Saturday night of just like, oh man, I'm glad that this is good. The reason I watched it is because I have a friend who's going to be in the next Toby Jones movie. So I was like, let's go see how the first one did to know if you should not do this project. But then I really liked it, so I'm happy for her. I mean, there's a bunch of people who are going to be in the movie, but I'm happy for my friend in particular. You do, but I don't think I can say the name yet. It's not a celebrity, it's just a friend of mine. Yeah. But I'm excited. I have no idea what the next movie is. I don't have any of the top secret info. I'm just very happy for them.
I am also excited about, though, coming up, it's going to be playing at the Fargo Theater, but it was a locally produced horror film called Roommate. Writer-director Jessica Hayes and a team of producers. It looks like, I don't want to assume pronouns here, but seems to be a female. Anyway, like, there's not any obvious. Anyway, I'm trying to. Why am I doing this, Michelle? Anyway, it's a movie from Fargo. It's a horror movie. It's playing at the Fargo Theater. This is all probably going to get cut.
I don't think it needs to. You're showing that you're at least attempting to be respectful, and that's what matters.
Yeah, but then I'm getting tripped up and I'm stumbling over everything and I feel like a fucking idiot and like I'm making a bit. Wow, I'm really going through some shit on this episode, am I not? Holy fuck.
Man, if only we could film your life so I could add you to the list of people spiraling who I enjoyed watching in February. You could have a whole movie. You could have legs and kick somebody.
Roommate.
Yeah, I'm excited. I had not heard of this. I just pulled it up on
Fargo
Facebook.
Theater, May 1st, 7 o'clock. Doors at 7, playing 7:30. I'm definitely going to go see that.
Neat. I'll go with you. Even if you don't invite me, I'm just going to hang out outside the theater until you show up, and then I'm going to be like, heh, and sit right beside you. I almost did that at a theater recently. I can't remember what it was, but it was just my group and one other guy, and I had to add a ticket later, and I almost put them right beside the one guy. But I would have sat there. I will let all my friends sit a couple rows back where they belonged, but I was prepared. Plus, it was at the Couch Theater, so I was gonna share a couch with them. And then I told everybody, I'm like, JD would be so upset, and I'm just channeling him right now. But it would have been really funny. And that would have been worth it. I like an awkward situation. I would have given them some of my snacks. I would have made it worth their while. Give them info about the podcast, my new form of advertising. Okay. One last one. And it is not a feature length. This is a short. That means that it is a shorter runtime than a feature length movie. Okay, so I love Jeanette McCurdy. She was a Disney star who wrote a book called I'm Glad My Mom's Dead, which was all about her trauma that she got from her mom trying to be forced to be this person in Hollywood because that's what her mom was forcing her to do, having a terrible home life in the meantime. That book is fantastic, and it's the only time I would ever recommend doing an audiobook of an actual book, because hearing her read her words, at one point her voice cracks and I lost it because I was like, you were fine the entire book, but this part must be the thing that hurt you the most. So hearing her talk about what happened to her, I felt like had a much bigger impact. She has another book out right now, about a very young lady who is in a romantic relationship with a much older man. I don't remember if the book is somebody who's over 18 or if this is like a teacher situation or whatnot. It's not supposed to be a fun time, but I have that on my read list. Anyway, she made a short film written and directed by Jennette McCurdy, called Strong Independent Women. Came out in 2019. It's available on Vimeo or YouTube. I think Vimeo. It stars Maria Bamford, who is my favorite stand-up comedian. I adore her, but do not expect this to be a comedy. But kind of expect it to be a comedy. It's a little fun. It's a little funny. It is super fucking dark. More than anything, though. It is like Maria Bamford being her funny, quirky, kind of anxious character. But I'll tell you the little bit I knew about it going into it, and it is about eating disorders, where Jennette McCurdy has had terrible eating disorders, and she has been doing much better for several years now. But she had a pretty severe eating disorder and like had to sit in a car seat for a long time because she was just so small. I hope I'm not making that fact up and that was in the book. I hope that's not just, it sounds absurd to say it out loud. But I do know like she had an intense eating disorder, and that's what this short is about. And for being such a short runtime, I feel like they crammed a very deep story into such a short period. And I loved it. I think it should be seen by more people. I am excited for Jennette McCurdy to do more things like this because she is a phenomenal writer. And I would love to see her do more writing. Strong Independent Women, 2019.
Woot!
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of blanked out there because I got an emergency message from my bank and I had to check out something real quick. Everything is fine.
Oh,
Everything
I
is
had
fine.
fraud on my card on Saturday. Luckily, they
fun.
caught it. Yeah, they caught it. But this does mean that all of my bills are going to have a card updated on them.
That's the fucking,
And that's-
like, that's the indignity of the whole thing, really, right? Just the fucking...
I have to spend a whole day figuring out all my auto pays. I've been getting emails since Saturday like, your card was declined. I was
Yep.
like, it's not my fault. Somebody tried buying $150 worth of things in California where I am not located at. But luckily my bank has a fantastic fraud department. So
course.
they were like, was this you? No, it wasn't.
I'm not
Shut her
even
down.
near California.
I'm nowhere near there. I'm in Minnesota, where I belong. And then last section, unfortunately, I do have a theme going here. Literature. I didn't read anything. I didn't read nothing. I read no books, read no comics. I do have a pile of comics on my desk that I will be reading. And I did read some stuff, but I did not start or finish any books. I made it partway through things that I have either started or that I had started previously. So I can't even say that I started a new book. I have like 10 books that I have almost read, and none of them were finished, and I cannot mark them as finished until the month that they're actually like, I am done with this book and I have closed it, now it can go on the shelf. And that sucks. I like reading, I just don't do it. I've been doom scrolling TikTok a lot because all of my TikTok is Markiplier, and I'm addicted.
I still think, Michelle, that you need to start up Big Book Nerd Bertha's book club. And each month your book, like, make it a monthly thing. And the book club all read the book, and then you record a podcast once a month where you all get together and talk about the book. I think it'd be fucking awesome. Especially like
You're
if
right,
you
JD.
specifically did horror books.
You're right, JD. I do need another obligation and scheduled thing on my list of things to do.
Look,
I do.
what I'm saying is, you know, like, I mean, do you really need the dog rescue?
That's true.
Oh, wow.
Those dogs can
Wow.
fuck right off. I'll stop doing volunteer work to save dogs' lives, and I'll instead do a book club. That sounds like a not great idea. I hate to tell you, JD, but
That's
it just doesn't
probably
sound
bad.
great.
Probably a bad
Yeah,
idea.
we're not gonna do that. I'll continue saving dogs. Speaking of dogs. Oh, actually, I forgot a thing that I started last month when I was wasted in doing this because I was stressing out about the internet.
Oh yes,
I
that
made
was Wine Drunk Michelle.
Wine drunk Michelle, and she tried to throw up after we were done recording, but she couldn't, so she passed out on the couch instead. Not even with a blanket. I was
That's a
gone.
pop hit you just wrote.
Thanks. I'm the new Taylor Swift. I'm also happy in my relationship. Fuck off. Okay, anyway, that's my impersonation of Taylor Swift. I'm dating a guy who does football. Okay, so I can't say I decided that we're going to end each of these episodes on a positive note because we tend to get into some deeper topics like people's lives spiraling and eating disorders and BAFTA and exploitation of people and, all that fun stuff. So we got to end on a good note. I didn't actually write down a positive thing, but I did write end on a positive note and I did bold it and underline it to make sure I did not forget. Let me think of one. JD, do you have a positive thing to end on? You like your new job, right?
It's pretty all right. It could be more hours, but it's pretty all right. It's supposed to get busy here in a couple of weeks, I guess. It's pretty dope. I'm required to leave my cell phone in a locker in the office.
Oh.
Which frankly is a relief for several hours a day when I go into work because I'm not just fucking doom scrolling my life away.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, doom scrolling. My happy thing will also be related to work. And that is, I'm a workaholic, a little bit, kind of, but I have been feeling very fulfilled and valued by my team, even more so than usual. I feel like my boss is awesome and she really gives me a lot of positive feedback, but even more so, I feel like I've been getting recognized for my contributions to our project, and that just feels really nice because I'm in my head a lot about whether I'm actually helping anybody or if I'm just annoying them with my inane stories. And you know what? Both can be true. I can talk too much, but I can also do spreadsheets real hard, so that's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I actually did just think, legitimately, since we do have therapy portions and on this, the other night, I had several friends over to my apartment. And we had game night.
I wasn't one of them.
Wow.
Joking.
All the things
So
you
joking.
have never invited me to, Michelle, and you're gonna throw that back in my face?
Yeah.
Really?
Anyway, continue.
Really? No.
Yeah,
Some buddies came over, and we just we played King of Tokyo all night. I don't know if you guys have ever played King of Tokyo.
Love
that
King
game
of Tokyo.
is fucking rad. And the raddest thing about it is you can learn how the game works in like 5 minutes, and you can play it for hours. It's so fucking dope. But no, it was a big thing for me, honestly, because like for the last several years, I was doing so much with Mom that I really couldn't ever get together with friends for an extended period of time. We were able to do it once or twice over a course of several years, right? Because things were just so busy and complicated. And then for several years before that, my life was a complete fucking disaster, and I was fucking embarrassed to have anybody even come to see the way I was living. And so it was genuinely kind of fucking cool to feel like I existed in a space and a condition again, finally, that like I felt all right inviting people to come to my home and be present. Like I felt for the first time in a while, I'm genuinely feeling like my life isn't a complete disaster, which is hilarious because my life is absolutely still a complete disaster. My fucking the driver's side front window in my car rolled down, and now it won't roll back up in the middle of a goddamn North Dakota winter. But you know what? It still runs. The heater works good. I got a plastic seal on the window, so I'm still able to drive it. It's a little bit noisy. We'll get some dollars. We'll get that fucker fixed. It's fine. Positive mental attitude, Michelle.
That's actually a really good positive one, and that gives me the feel goods deep in my soul.
Yay!
Yay!
I had to do something to make up for
all.
all the shit. And look, there, I fucking interrupted you again.
No, we are ending on a positive note. And the positive note is that I'm very happy for both of us, JD. It
Woohoo!
sounds like our lives aren't as much shit shows as they can sometimes be. And speaking of, I haven't finished today's homework. I might not finish today's homework. I hate college, but my positive is, once again, I'm not failing yet. I'm not failing. I got A's in all of them. I'm stressed out, but I'm doing it.
Hey, that's the important part, right? It doesn't matter how hard you burn your candle at both ends, as long as you get there right before you die.
Oh, you can burn the candle at both ends. As long as your house burns down with you in it, you've still made an impact.
Frankly, burning the candle at both ends seems a little unambitious to me. Like, you could burn the candle in several spots all at once. You don't got to just...
Why do I only have one candle? That's where, like, one candle. Step up your game. God.
Light my whole face on fire. Okay, this shit's
Oh, I would
getting
love
weird.
to.
Do you need to go watch movies and do homework at the same time?
You know I do. I gotta go watch Crazy Little Old Lady or whatever the fuck.
Just
Vieja
crazy old lady. You
Loca.
don't have to call her
Yeah.
little.
Crazy Little Old Lady Girl, Grandma.
Vieja
That's
Loca.
the name of the movie.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
if you're listening to this in the future, we're recording 2 separate episodes today, and that always gets potentially a little wonky. So maybe go check out the following episode about Crazy Old Lady and see how fucking crazy we got.
But before we record that episode,
God. Oh, we're so
Whoa,
crazy.
Vieja Loca.
Wacky morning radio. Fuck is wrong with me?
that was a fart sound because that's what they do. But I might procrastinate before we record that second episode and assemble a bookcase. So you might see a difference in my office before we do that. We'll see if my homework's done. It probably won't be. I sledgehammered a closet yesterday, so.
I learned today so Michelle and I have a video conference when we record these episodes, and she talks quite often about how her closet is behind her, and I just assumed it was an actual closet. No, like she just has this little inlet in the room and fucking put up a closet pole. And so when she came in, there's like, I was like, oh, you moved your camera again, and she's like, no, I moved my closet. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? It wasn't even a closet. I thought it was just an open door closet behind her the whole time. Not even a closet.
No, I missed my my walk-in closet in the apartment I lived in before we got this house. 7 years later, I still miss that setup of the bedroom attached to the walk-in closet attached to the master bathroom. Like, oh my god, that is the dream. And I still miss it. So then I turned my office into half a closet. But then I realized it looks goofy on work conference calls, and lately I've been doing a lot more webcam calls, and they're like, are you in your closet right now? And I'm like, no. So I decided it was finally time to put my clothes in the actual closet.
To be fair, you've told me that before, and here's the wild part is it never occurred to me to be like, why don't you just close the closet door?
Yeah, now my closet can close. I have beautiful paisley curtains over them, and I'm excited about it.
How did it never occur to me to suggest to you, well then, Michelle, why don't you just close your closet door? I could have known.
And it would have been like, the door is closed. You can see it behind me. This whole thing is my closet.
Yeah, exactly. I would have learned this much, much sooner.
Yeah.
Man, this is
bad.
real interesting podcasting.
Take a drink. Take a drink. We watched Shutter Drinking Game.
Say goodnight, Michelle.
And on that note, good night, Michelle.